Good morning. It's a bit of an allergy morning, though. So I've got a Windows workflow that kind of works. We've got the Windows Dev Docker file. So I have to kind of do this mashup of this local only Docker file and this thing. Oh. That's going to get the entire source tree. There's probably some stuff we don't need out of that. In particular, publish and upload will get handled elsewhere. I've had these things in this project. Now I'm wondering if the build scripts for this should be part of the patches project, since it's kind of depending on them. All right. Anyway. So, build client, Docker, fetch latest, GitHub release. Okay, that should be comparable on files. Now I've, oh, also, have we committed the boss step? No. Oh, that doesn't show me the differences with the other scripts. Well, that's not confusing at all. Your Mac OS X, your Windows. All right, this one we know is going to be a little bit different. Dev Windows, Dev Windows. Yeah, it was actually pretty similar to different base image. So you already didn't have curl. Oh, maybe curl was built into the other one? I really should have removed it from that one, probably. Right, so this is the stuff we're removing. Run, 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 run. Work dir. Do we have any other path changes? I think most of this was relative position. So what was it? So we had apply patches. Put metadata. Well, maybe we didn't even need that. So that became a relative path. Well, there might have just been some straight up path differences. Wait, that's Windows. This is OS X. So that one had to become absolute. Let's see, apply patches. Fetch latest tagged might have had some differences. So this is Mac OS X. So that goes straight down to minor gems with the git clones. And so I suppose we would put it one life. You needed a depth limit. Yep, depth 10. Then it's a fresh clone, so we shouldn't need that. We are doing absolute reference to this. We don't need to do the win user stuff. Okay. Okay, so that was most of the same. Well, after changes. Could have been a copy except for the Windows stuff. The install. Did we do any changes to install? I don't really think I touched that one. So hopefully the cross setup's going to be the same. build client cross. Now this, we do expect there to be plenty of differences here. I'm looking for relative path might be okay. Down here. Although this is going to be a different package command anyway. Well, 7-zip. Why are you different? I think that might be the same, but it's not detecting it as this being the same line. Anyway, fix up the app. Output, yeah, I don't think output metadata had that much, so that might be all we need to tweak. First step would be build. I guess some of the downstream commands that don't include in here that might actually have... Well, no, because it's those scripts. All right, file. Is this what I've opened? Okay. And that was virtually the same as what we use for other builds. So we use all cache containers. Oh, I didn't actually use the directory list before. Oh, whole dev, Windows. Might want to do some testing at some point. Okay, and then OSX cross. Okay, so there was still some pretty big layers in there. It's not nearly as much when I send the entire GitHub as context to the other one. Oh, I guess what I could do with the run command is try running all those scripts that used to be in the Docker file and is from some other directory and see if things work. I don't know if I had this particular problem but with the old computer. Maybe they've done more with the path translation stuff. Alright, and this would actually be the process we used in build client cross Mac OS X. No, not build. Client Docker file. So we're at root. I think we just use like home as just kind of an empty directory we can build in. Okay. Okay, well that needs a set minus E or whatever. Because that's not good. So we didn't do something to set up. Did I actually remove that from the Docker file? Setup OS X cross. Did you have failures? Already installed, already installed. Failed to create symbolic link opt local. File exists. So setup OS X cross also needs this, because our build should not have succeeded. Oh. Oh, it exists because we made it. So configure not found. Wait, minor gems. Minor gems, game, platforms. CDSDL. Yeah, platforms SFDL. Wait, what's that Home's minor gem? Configure. What? All right. One life. Minor gems. Game platforms STL configure not found. Right, we had our cross folder. And a previous CDP had been working on this in, which is weird because the built-in scripts here were fine. And I think one of these gets copied over. Let's see, where is that links? Maybe fetch sets it up. Copy a whole across the game's platform STL. It's weird that the other scripts were running fine. What? Well, here's what I get for putting error things in. So that actually failed. What the heck? So something in setup OSX cross. Select mirror 1. So is it this that's failing? Well, I guess I still need this, huh? All right. Where do you think you're going? Too many dashes. No package name given. What? We must have gotten a different version somehow? Please see readme.mac ports. Select mirror. Details, please. Maybe I don't have to select a mirror? Maybe they've fixed it so that wasn't necessary? Or maybe there was a downstream error and we actually have to do this from a clean environment. I would put the extra dash in there. So I have to put the 1 on the install, or on the first install command. There is no longer a useful select mirror command. Apparently some recent version broke it. I mean, unless it actually... Okay, so now we have to try... Maybe that thing returns an error, but still does it? But that's why... we didn't have error checking on here. No package name given. Okay, so that does work. but it might still be counting as an error code. So we wouldn't want that in here. I was just seeing a not important message. Okay, yeah, it's still going through with the install. Fetch latest tagged. Oh, this is what we were stepping through, wasn't it? Oh, so we have immediate exit on here. Okay, now that we've got the endings fixed. Failed. What is the actual error? So why did this work before? Did we change version of OXX Cross or something? I mean, I've actually done releases on, well, I thought I did releases on this. Apparently it wasn't actually failing on error. But those are the only things marked as error. But I don't think those are my code. Well, no, that's slip color. Location slip, location slip. So I thought you could do that, and apparently I was wrong. Maybe only in a declaration expression, not in an assignment expression. So I would have to define a new color and then assign it to slip color. Oh, where are we at? So this is going to be, let's get all location slip stuff. I'm surprised. I would think I would have copied like some of this stuff from, it's all the same line. No, I just reused that a lot. We're gonna need some basic compile checks as we go. Okay, it is here. It's just there's nothing to do. And it's always it captured this one particular version of the command that's not even all that accurate. Oh, and then I need another console. I guess I should check some basic behavior of it, so we will need a thing for the server. All right, at this point, it's pretty much just it compiles. No, actually, I think I wanted you. So it's treating one of those as a meta character. Oh, also, does this really not exist anywhere else? Wait, float color, but that's a declaration, not an assignment. Didn't I do... And these are, in fact, for slip colors. Then this thing I repeat all over the place. Oh, in fact, it's right here. Probably in several different of location slip update commands. So probably once again, yeah, grid pause, new pause. That's just fine. Well, I mean, this is always... Well, are these slightly different? Home, bottom, map, bottom, right, 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 right. All right, then you are map, bottom. You are right, right. You are right, right. That's it. Okay, and then we're just nesting our offsets. So we did home. I think we did maybe 2 maps. And then right. Oh. Maybe that was the wrong data type. Grid pause. Okay, so oopsie. I think that's all of them. Okay, so I guess a search. Oh, I don't have object search. That'd be the easiest one to do. Not clean. Oh. Object search, then touch some of that. Oh, that's why there was one more of these. Okay. Right. So all you did was add the search false, I think. Oh, I may have added that to a bunch of them. Now, did we create a new slip type? Yes, that was the other map. And one of these is going to be map. That's why there was more there. Okay, so some kind of pointer does work. Okay, and the rest of that stuff I'm not so worried about. So that is attempted patches for Mac OS X. We're using latest tag, so we have to tag it. Would it be better to do a branch the way Git's doing tags? Well, I can't help that for JSON stuff. And that might make it ambiguous, like which version do we grab for the current version? Now this setup is not configured to deal with the tag junk. So probably easier to just rerun. Okay, everything still applies. Was I stepping through this or just giving it a go? Okay, so lots of no, there's still an error. Ah, I missed a pause. And when I'm gonna have to figure out which patch it's in. I got scrolled up to the other stuff. Variable H. Well, I don't see a variable H. Oh, this H. Oh, and this, Well, it might be something that we logically assume is true. It's interesting. This is just actual extra. Well, extra warnings. Maybe we think to look at some point. 084. Is get say position mine? Well, it's an error. I have this sort of. Show learned tools, right? Because that's where I pop it up. Nope. You know what? We could just do that, and then it's going to overwrite it if it's not that case. Yeah, it's amazing how many mods I've seen, some people like their pack lists. I can sort of understand how that happens from the stuff I've done in like Planetary Annihilation, and that has less room for gameplay modifying things. All right, quick local test. I mean, and I could make a tool and just make sure things show up okay in the normal case. I don't know if I've got any tools in this map yet. Oh, yep, Vogbug. Oh, and this is actually for learned tool that this position comes into play. Oh, and I might have to enable tools in the server. Yep, okay, there we go. Yep. So that should be fine. Did I miss anything else? Nope, touched even more stuff. And this is what I hate about this tag system. You basically have to just spam tags when you're fixing little things. Like a branch update wouldn't be quite as bad. I guess it would still kind of be the latest tag. But what this does is it allows you to pick the tag and then check out the tag and then build that. And if you want to build a different tag, you just change what you're building. I guess if you had like a checkout branch and a version label, you could have one path that said, okay, here's your target, check that out and use that as your label. And then another one that's grab the latest tag and use well, you'd have to do latest tag before the current branch, I guess. And we failed someplace else. You mind telling me where? Symbols not found for architecture? Oh. Maybe the set mouse? Or I haven't... Do I have to do something else to... So maybe this failed before and we just didn't have fail on the Mac builds. Corollary to that is apparently nobody cares. Now, what did I have to do to enable that? Would that be something in the Windows build? There you still have all the source of the actual program. Cross, makefile. Makefile.setmouse. So you maybe never got into any of the Mac builds. Setmouse, makefile setmouse is in the cross configure. And we had a configure in... Yeah, you've got a configure. Did Mac builds not have a configure? No, you've got a configure. All right, I might have to go set the endings on this. All right, this is a big scan. So we are copying this over. And there was some bits we had in our other makefile. Whole dev, Mac OS X, cross, makefile dot Mac OS X cross. All right, so apparently this was already a little bit divergent. Wait. No, it was configure. That was including makefile fragments. And that appears to be it. Oh, so actually they were the same. Well, was there anything else here? You found minor gems, target makefile. Alright, and that should, in theory, also fix this one. If it's latest tagged. So we added a dependency. Platform, blah, 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 blah. Where did we... Because I think it would have to be involved one of these to add it as a dependency. It'd have to get added somewhere, unless that was actually in the patches itself. That'd be like set mouse O to have it. Well, no, it says it needs it. It doesn't have a rule to make it. Well, I know there was a file there. I guess I don't know that there was a... Maybe there is only a rule for Windows and you just had the file there. So camera control has the note about that. That adds it as a dependency of needed objects. This is adding, well, this is adding all the H's and C's. But we're missing the actual rule to make it. Where is the actual rule to make it? So there's set mouse Mac. So we've got an H, we've got a CPP. It has to appear at least once if it gets built for Windows. That's just CP. The makefile.set mouse. The node in the patch. Unless there's some kind of like generic rule. That like just does C to O. I guess what I need is the actual constructed makefile. So I probably still got this up. Platform set mouse. It's not mentioned. So the dependencies are someplace else? Where was that showing up? That was specifically for the CPP. Oh no, wait, that is makefile list, which I thought got, no, makefile must run makefile list. Yeah, there's set mouse, does this, just defines the variables and the list. Oh, wait. Maybe I have to have it here, and I did before I tried to get the patch all straightened out. Well, that's objects. Is there minor gems things in here? Serial web across account HMAC. Text field. Source one life. FFT. One life. Music player 2, I'm pretty sure is you. Checkbox button. One life. Text area. One life. We've got set mouse in here, right? Yeah, minor gems. In folder cache. Yeah, so these are our immediate C files. These are minor gems objects. Is there like a minor gems make file that I ended up tweaking and not remembering it? Needed minor gems objects. Clean. That sets up the dependencies. What actually builds in... oh. Take the object list and turn it into a source list. Make file.minorgems dependencies. Oh. Are you a built file? Maybe the configure sets it up. Did I open one in minor gems? Well, it definitely doesn't exist here. Dependency file equals, which is just used here. So that has to be in some kind of configure script, right? It's allergy season. And there's almost nothing here. So where are you? One life. I guess the question would be, is that get ignored? Make file star. So yeah, make file minor gems dependencies would be ignored. What generates that? Are you talking about the code or about allergies? So I had the set mouse thing working for Win32, and apparently the Mac build has been broken because I didn't set the error flag on the compile. So there were a bunch of problems, and now one of them is linking set mouse. Which it's saying, what was it? Oh, wait. Why are you doing set mouse Linux? That indeed does not exist. I didn't read that error message closely enough. That means our platform is set wrong. Is it possible that the OS X cross thing is telling it it's a Linux build and then actually compiling things for Mac? Hey, Michael Wood. Where are we? Where do we set the platform? So if we do min-gw cross, what is it, Win32? Platform. Platform path. Okay. Mac OS X cross. And I just overwrote my other file, which could be, oh, your Linux Unix. Why aren't you actually, why is the Mac OS X cross thing not using Mac? Was this, well, this I copied from OBS. It may have been that there were no platform things. Set mouse is in fact using platform. What else uses platform? Well, I'm going to have to go search in the regular source. So I have to figure out how to do whole word in makefile.minergems. There's a lot of platform path stuff. US English. All right, I'm not as worried about where it comes from now. What do I want? How much are we doing with platform? I mean, maybe we're not doing any other platform-specific stuff. Well, the problems you would run into would be platform. That's just path and patho. What other files might we have there? So minergems IO file. And that's not a separate thing. Wait, IO. Well, there's a Linux, there's a Win32. There is no Mac for that. Yeah, so we have a path Linux. We do not have a path Mac. So this might require its own path variables to make it work. Because I think I kind of had to make up the set mouth stuff based on other platform things. Where is... Well, that's one way. So that's not in a file path, so that part's fine. But if we use platform for it, that's going to collide with other things that don't have Mac equivalents. Where's Minor Gems? Do I have Minor Gems open? Oh, well, there's makefile.Mac OS X. In its original form, says Linux. Oop. It doesn't even show up. Really? Oh, because I'm on set mouse max. So okay. So that is the only file that has that variation. Oh, wait. Well, it says may not. This is like original Mac. I just thought the file existed. Oh. Oh, capture is just to keep it from leaving the window. I think. Oh, but I was setting the mouse, so that was solving that problem. Well, this looks like there's a good chance it's not going to work anyway, because he's not technically compiling for classic Mac anymore. So that's why this is unused. It's Mac OS X, not Mac. So the actual fix here is this is unsupported on the Mac stuff, which one problem we can fix here. No, I need console. Mobile Docker. Mac OS X client. Oh. I took some steps in the code where I think I did some if-defs, and I'm going to need to adjust those. But now you've got that make file list thing, which is in the patch. Okay, dev Windows. Maybe it was it was configure. What's our proper window for that? So there's that. There is too many windows. Living life page. I guess a header file doesn't necessarily hurt anything. Yes. Well, would we have Linux set here? It might be the way that's set up. I mean, we would mostly have these in minor gems, but would that be... would that be Mac or Mac OS X? Oh wait, this is not minor gems. MSC Ver, I think, is a Windows detection. Maybe? Raspbian, Win32. So Mac here might be classic Mac. I don't actually know. Maybe BSD? Well, BDP Unix. Yeah, no other specialized files, and it does say Linux pretty much everywhere. So then the only problem we have to fix... I do have this open in one of these, don't I? No, editor. This is camera control. Comment about that, reference to it. We add it, unconditionally add it to make file list. I mean, I could make a dummy file and mark it as Linux. What is that actually doing for us? That is doing this. Oh, it's only doing set mouse, so it will sort of work. Well, actually, I think it'll probably go crazy because it's not going to have the delta from center. So you might actually have to process that a little bit differently if you couldn't move the pointer. you'd want difference from last mouse position instead of just from screen center. So right now I cannot build this with my current patch set. So the call to set mouse is already scoped out. Two lines above. Yeah, I don't technically need this. It's only used there. It might give me some unused variable warnings. Make file list. So this is setting a variable to an escaped list of things. So I would want some way to append to a variable in makefile, which is probably pretty close to shell. Some of the other scripts do. Okay, well you're all SDL, which is minor gems. File. I guess at worst you could maybe do some file appending stuff. Appending something. Appending text to an existing variable. Okay, that's the build. That's the patch. That's Docker. This is our other configure. Make file list, which I forget if that... No, it directly includes make file list. So first we should see if this works. So you're specifically including a space. Well, there's a space after the end of the variable. So technically we only need to do that. That would actually add the new line. Well, the new line, escaping the new line there. Include a space so it's similar. So first test, can we compile the Windows version now? Multiple definition of captured. Oh, because I didn't remove from here. Well, that already tells us that it did successfully attempt to link that. Now, oh, you think this is actually a thing they do for any variable that has a trailing space? I mean, unless there's further appends to it, I don't know that we need it. It's more like just so you can keep appending things. Do we have a makefile here? Well, the configure is an actual shell script, not a makefile. Include makefile list. Well, yeah. If equal link against JPEG. So that would be if equal platform win32. Oh, and here we go. Plus equals. So I guess if we were doing a full minor gems modification, it would be more in spirit to say link against set mouse or something. And then what is the actual string we use? Let's make file.all. Is that configure that sets those? Makefile win32 sigwin. No, that's something different. Makefile, well, I know we've got Mac OS X. Although it might not be platform. But I need the equivalent of this. SDL, makefile, minGW. Win32. So does that work as a bare string? This file does not have those line endings currently. All right, so that line end with the end if is not as big a deal. Yeah, I was noticing that. So this would only be an issue if you were adding multiple objects in this statement, I think. Okay, so nothing, it said nothing to be done. Well, all right, we kind of wanted to fix the other thing anyway. Now, this actually becomes, there is no Mac support. So what was our def string here? Win32? Okay, so it still works here. I don't even know I'm logging in enough to make running over worthwhile. I'm curious just how bad this is. Without this. It's like, should I just turn everything off? Or is it only a minor inconvenience? Yeah, that's kind of not useful. I mean, you just like unbind the key and don't use it. So maybe a to-do list for that. I had considered that done. So that's something we can maybe look into later when doing more focused client work. I left it in the disabled state. Yeah, so in that case, you would put it back to screen edge push. Screen edge push doesn't go as far because the camera could go farther. I have to figure out how to actually implement my own set mouse for every platform. But I'm not playing it, and nobody's really actually bugging me for cross-platform, so... we did change this, right? Get all those updated. That's sort of a supported feature change. I don't know. In SDL2, sure. If you know of SDL1 functions that'll do that, please let me know. From the looks of things, SDL2 actually had a pretty nice API for it. You can just say, give me relative mouse locations. But maybe they named it something weird and I didn't find it in the docs. One of these. In fact, that patch. Well, we'll see if we even have a Mac build when we're done with this. Set Mussy. Masu. We're 74 now. Yes, I need to remove the set mouse builds. Well, that's only defining variables, doesn't really hurt anything, but we did remove that. Warp mouse in window. I remember running across that, I think. Or warp something. One life game source. No, that would be just be minor gems. Game SDL. I know I've heard that warp name. Maybe that was SDL too? Or maybe it didn't do it in a useful way? Uh, that might be something to look into Saturday. Reinvestigate warp mouse. One annoyance with the patch system is that you don't necessarily get the kind of change history you do with a regular repository. But I feel like I tried testing that out, and so there was something that made it inappropriate to our purpose. Because I know I ran across the warp name. Maybe it was SDL too. And oh my gosh, we're built. So we pretty much spent the entire day just fixing the Mac build that I thought was working. Or the Mac Docker. I mean, we could take a stab at getting the rest of the build pipeline working on GitHub. Well, getting the build working on GitHub Actions, and then we have to figure out how to test to see if we want to do all that work, and how to pass the release upload URL around. So for testing purposes, I'm going to make this a separate file. We might eventually combine them. Fetch latest tag, apply patches, build client cross, get patch version, get version number. Right, I was doing this under test. I might just need to update names here. Everything goes well. Oh, this is creating a release. We've already got a test release that matches this right now. But we're not going to have the URL, so this entire thing has to wait till later. What naming pattern was I using for this? Mac OS X client. One Life Mac OS X. And this is this. Oh. Shoot, I was in Actions. Well then. I wonder if making it the default branch actually makes it the default clone. But it actually won't run without those patches, so that's awkward. Well, it is trying to check out tags, so it doesn't matter where the tags are. The fact that those are tags is kind of annoying. What is it? A base onto master. Oh, that's going to move. That would move actions, I think. Right. Hit reset. Okay, now. I haven't actually pulled these tags to the more persistent build environments, so it's probably okay-ish. Probably gonna have to. We may have to individually force them to GitHub. Tag name commit. $73 should have been B56 F39. $74 should have been DFFEBA. Rejected. Okay, updated tags. Then okay, those were all patch updates. This might just be a Git branch. Argument order. Branch name, new tip commit. I guess tracking is sort of okay in that scenario. They're going to be pretty much together. All right, so no, not issues. Well, maybe even if warp mouse is not great, it's better than nothing. So maybe we could set up some kind of alternate. I probably could limit the fetch on one life. It's just because the patches might be built on some arbitrarily old thing. I need the intervening stuff to be able to update the patches. Uh-oh. Maybe it is cloning actions. You have to explicitly say clone master or checkout master. But that we should at least be able to debug locally. Recipe for livinglife.o failed. Which one's the error? The string error does not exist. And we have technically moved things around since we tried this last. Yep. I wasn't at the level I thought I was at. This at least has the syntax highlighting. So, warning, 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 warning. Oh, I wonder if it was so far off it wasn't searchable in their view. Warning. We could use a better error message here. That's an exceptionally helpful one. This is a note. Recipe for target livinglifepage.o failed. Oh. Okay. So this one... Interesting. We didn't get the other errors. So which version do you think you're working with here? Well, this is me. Oh, I did this in a root. Oops. I forgot I was switching to home. I have cat patch 72. So this is... Wait. Head detached at V72. Did I not update master? Did that reject that? Says remote is master. '72 is only on master. Oh no, that's 10, 10, 11. All right, we need to step through apply patches and see what's going on here. Actually, this would be part of fetch latest. I think apply patches is a separate step, right? Build server. Do we fetch them here? Okay. And we did this inside one life. Doesn't really matter at this stage. Okay, so we have neither that. Oh, all right, it was the alternate shell you could wrap around this that does that. On branch actions. How did we even get 72 then? So because I have to change the default repository branch in order to get the stuff, the actions that I'm working on, it affects the default build directory. Or the default branch that things clone. Instead of pointing to that the branch pointed at the cloned, oh, so it's cloned repository's head is. So basically, they're managing that. If we actually knew the tag ahead of time. In a triggered build by a new tag, we maybe could. Unfortunately, this is a built-in. Yeah, so this is the one thing about having the built-in scripts. Yeah, it'll be good for the regular builds. It's kind of a bummer when you're building them. Well, the embedded files are relatively fast to update. Is it dash dash branch? I guess we often use B for checking out other stuff. Let's do a quick test of that. And as long as I'm here, wait, did that? Oh, no, they didn't copy. Okay. Must have done the wrong copy. $72. What the heck? I thought it said it updated them. This is not particularly useful. Okay, now we got all those tags. I got an old set mouse branch. Doesn't this tell me where, because it doesn't overwrite tags? Well, it didn't say fetch rejected either. So master is there. So maybe there's a kink in the way that tag search works. When you're just adding tags, normally it works out. Up to date with origin master. Set mouse, attempt patches. We've got 74. So what the heck is this thing doing? For each, sort equals creator date. I wonder if that got messed up in the rebase and actually ended up reversing the dates or making them sort indiscriminately. Ref name short, count equals 1, ref tags v. So what I need to do is figure out the creator date. Author committer. Oh, yeah, they all have the same timestamp. Oh, no, wait. 1148, 1148, 1148. Which probably means that they're not sorting in a useful way. Can you sort by multiple conditions? This is get for each. Or do we only get one option? Multiple times, the last key becomes the primary key. What are the keys? What are our options? Field names, ref name, object type, object size, upstream, simref now. Would that be author date? Committer author? All right, so we want that to, sure, that can be primary. Actually, it's, and this gave us 72, right? Yes. That gives us 74. So in theory, this could apply to anything. Maybe Jason just never... rebases. Oh, but I do there's other places where well, maybe I only do that for the base game stuff. These don't have patches. And then we've got all the source code in here. All right. So that's minor gems, one life data 7, server code version, server version, data version, minor gems, one life data 7. Let's pull and build test system example, minor gems, one life data 7. documentation. Okay, this is the source scripts, which use the same pattern. Apply patches. Latest tagged version of... This is in one life. Minor gems, one life. Client. The run server must have been left over from the other project. That looks like one life. Patches master's been updated. Minor gems. One life data 7. We're in source again. Apply patches. One life. Minor gems. One life. One life. Patches master. Apply patches is in one life. Minor gems, one life. One life. Patches master. Whole dev windows fetch latest tagged. I thought I got that one. One life. Minor gems. One life. One life. Patches master. Got it. Minor gems. One life data 7. Source. Okay. That's actually a change in the container. Yeah, we were running some other stuff from here. I guess we can do a quick test on that. This is technically in fetch. Head detached at v74. That's what we want to see. And technically, this affects Windows as well. All right, well, so we can probably just run this as is because it's the container that had to change. I don't know how they get the negative times on these. Maybe they're trying to compensate for the container setup. Okay. Maybe I missed a file name here. Oh. This environment has a different version of S3 command. Okay. It probably just doesn't have that option. Yeah, nothing that looks super similar. All right, so that's actually is minor gems, Docker, workflow. All right, a whole Docker. Patches master. I thought I'd be dealing more with the higher level orchestration. I guess I shouldn't have been surprised that the cross build had difficulties. I didn't expect them to be actually existing build broken type of difficulties. So if this is buildable, that leaves us with determining if we want to fire up all of these containers and stuff. So some kind of version check similar to what we're doing with the data for the map images and whatnot. Then those two containers skip if that's not valid. And I guess the Mac job would have to depend on, well, no, we're probably going to have a create release job, which depends on the version check. And then the actual build depend on create release. so that they can get the asset URL. So we can probably test, like, let me guess, certificate error. Was there more than, that's right, there was more than one. I should have almost done a little S3 test thing to see if there's any other gotchas. But it seemed like that step should have been just because it worked in the other one, but this must be built on a older Ubuntu or something. There's an older S3 command package. Is there anything else we can be thinking about ahead of time? I don't really want to work on the other workflows, just to have all of that stuff in my head as I figure it all out. Yeah, looks like we need a dedicated test for this. No such option, stop on error. I copied that one from a dedicated S3 step. And actually, since I'm only uploading here, I think I probably could use an off-the-shelf action. No, it does have to be in this container, so that's still an expensive step. So we only need one of these. So now we know stop on error. And I might need to do something like and I'll have to clean that file up later. Git. definitely overkill for the task, but we need to test our container. I don't remember if I ever ended up using any of their S3s. I know I had like some test. I might have one of them set up in a S3 test thing similar to this. Well, no, I guess I removed that because that would have been in this. No, because that was the one tech repo. That was in most of the other stuff in. Okay. Okay, I guess it wasn't cat. Oh no, I guess it's echo at that point. Cat is for files. Wait, what? Did I not hit save yet? Yeah, maybe we actually hit the. We actually hit a cache. Okay, we have found. It really was one more thing, I think. All right, access key, secret key, human readable, put. I think that. I don't know if I'm remembering the progress bars from this or from when I was doing this locally. Maybe we're hitting a cache somewhere. Yeah, download a newer image. So maybe we're cycling between different machines that have run the job before. Oh, well, okay, that was a build succeed, stop containers. Okay, we finally have a successful job. So once you want to clean up the stuff on the bucket, and we'll need two little test files. And then we have to get it so where it can actually self-update when there's been a new versions tag pushed to the main repositories. I also have to decide if I'm going to end up copying the job, and there's a separate one that maybe I'd have a job triggered off both new tag on mine and scheduled to get Jason's. Anyway, that took us until lunchtime. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the help. Let me see if I have anything to recommend. This is what I'm usually on. Let's see. Game dev. Well, there's some C++ game dev, which is kind of what the game is. The underlying game. We had to touch some of our C++ stuff there. So if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, Ruby Nova Dev is also working on a game. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye, and until next time.